life, and you're saying it's like this weird like addict sends you to rehab, but he owns the rehab.
No, the drug dealer.
Yeah,
it's
the drug dealer sends you to rehab.
It's as if Walter White owned his own passages.
Own passages, yes.
Yeah. Which is crazy, right? So, because Chris Abrego, Mark Cronin are Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. They are the inventors of the blue meth, which was, it took over cable TV.
It aged us 20 years.
And once it was over, everyone was like, what the fuck did we do? Why are we addicted to this? This is us revisiting our meth addiction. Oh, my God. I gotta go clear. Anyways, let's play this amazing clip. It gives you a taste of Monique and also a sense of what this show is trying to go for.
Baby, when I first walked outside and they got off of the short bus, some looked like hookers. Some of their skirts was up their ass. Some of the heels looked like they had just come off a pole. Some looked like they were just lost. Like, am I just coming out the mental institution? And then some was like, they don't know me, baby. I got this thing lit. Now, the reason why we're all here is because we've been chosen for this unique opportunity. Now, the world watched as y'all made y'all TV debut on that show called The Flavor of Love. Let me be very honest with you. The world was not laughing with you. We were all laughing at you.
Brutal.
Yeah.
That is brutal. That's probably written by Chris Abrego and Mark Cronin.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm harping
Chris
on this.
Abrego.
And Mark Cronin.
Okay.
I like Chris Abrego's name because there's no H in his Chris.
Yeah.
It's Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to Google him and find him and get him in contact with us, Chris Abrego,
we'll
CRIS.
advance your swagger.
We will advance your swagger to the max. Anyways, you want to play a little bit more of her put down?
Let the clip roll.
Her decimation?
Including myself.
Let the clip roll.
So we have decided to give you beautiful women a second chance, baby, to redeem yourself, to get back your integrity and your self-pride. Now, y'all know we got some challenges. We do. Some will be physical, some will be emotional, some will be mental. But if you give it everything you got, when you walk away, you'll walk away with $50,000. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the premise.
Yeah.
She put the premise down in about a minute. The incentive to actually participate in this show is money. The incentive earlier in Flavor of Love was Flavor Flav. You can win Flavor Flav if you win this show. But now they're like, yeah, we know you guys need money. We know you've just basically finished filming these shows, and we want to keep you around. Which is sad to me, is that these stable of characters and performers, I should say, are mostly unpaid. It's kind of crazy. It's like college football. It's made for an audience of millions, and yet the people who actually support and create this content are completely unpaid, but are given this kind of this arbitrary kind of payment,
Yeah.
or it's like, oh, you're getting exposure, oh, you're getting an education, quote unquote. I don't know. You're not really vibing with me on this.
I feel that. I mean, it is fucked up because it's their talent. It's the talent. They're not paying talent, and of course, like Monique, and if you host the show, you're getting paid.
Monique's getting paid. The winner of the show gets paid.
But
otherwise, you don't really get... I mean, honestly, that's one of the things that caused this boom in reality TV in the first place, is that...
It's cheap.
It's
cheap as
cheap,
fuck.
and the performers are free.
But
they're not getting residuals.
And the other show that we love, Celebrity Rehab, they actually paid the rehab contestants.
Oh.
The contestants. I mean, they paid the participants, and some people got paid more.
Isn't that weird? Because then when they use that money just to fund their habits?
It's a bad incentive, because it's like you're not there for actual recovery, you're there for a paycheck.
Anyways, we're drifting off topic. That is another VH1 celeb reality show, but that's not within the Mark Cronin verse.
Sorry, I'm just addicted to Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah, you really are, and you're addicted to making that corny joke. That was from season 1, episode 1. Title of that episode was No Mo Nicknames. And basically in this episode, they try to strip them of
anti-naming ceremony.
Yeah, and they have these flashbacks to Flavor of Love and their behavior on that show, as if it was like a Vietnam flashback. It's like, oh my God, you did this, and then when they show the flashback, it's all in black and white, and it's like with this scary music. It's like, what have they done? How did they behave like this? It's like, no, you told them to behave like this.
Well, they strip them of the names, but they also give them a name on top of their Flavor Flav nicknames of how America knows them.
Oh, yeah.
So Hottie is known as the crazy girl. Goldie is the puker.
Sirius is the egomaniac.
Rain is the screamer. Smiley is the crier. Toasty is
the porn girl. And there's a contestant, we didn't go over her name before.
Like Dat.
Her name is like D-A-T, Dat.
She's really funny, and
I like her, yeah.
But they call her the slob.
But when they're giving them these names, they're showing clips of them behaving like, quote, a slob. One girl like bragging about her breasts, therefore she's an egomaniac. Goldie, she puked during the first episode, so she's the puker. But they don't really keep those nicknames. It's only for the first 10 minutes to refamiliarize the audience with these girls.
Yeah.
But it is very cruel.
And then they give them the real name. And then,
they strip them.
Everyone except for Safari, because she never got a name in Flavor of Love because she got kicked out within the first hour before the naming ceremony.
Yeah, Safari.
So then there was a moment where Monique's like, "What's your name?" And like, Safari. He's like, "Oh, what's your real name?" He's like, "My name's Safari." And then it's like, "Oh, okay," because she never got a name.
She never even made it to like the elimination ceremony of episode 1. Did she just get in a fight and she got kicked out
immediately?
But it turns out Safari has a major arc of redemption, and it's actually pretty heartwarming. I would say this about season 1 of Charm School: it might be the most sincere out of all the Charm Schools. Well, it starts off.
We'll get to season 2. This one, it's like there's someone to root for who's Safari. Like, they make them like 3-dimensional characters,
and they actually have real issues that they talk about from their lives. And you can tell from this first episode that the hosts, the producers, are all trying to figure out what they're doing there. You know, because there's such a groundwork for a Bachelor show. But for this, they're like, well, what are we trying to get out of this? And like, what kind of tone are we setting here?
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, we were trying to catch these girls doing embarrassing things, but we also have like their stories of being mothers, of being like living in squalor or having different issues. And season 2, it's not really like that, but we'll get to season 2. That is the other city from our Tale of Two Cities. But anyways, we want to give you a listen. We want to roll a clip, as Daniel said, which I'm gonna start saying that now. Okay. Roll a clip from the Monique talking to the Flavortown girls. Also, for this first episode, I want to make a note of this. I'm sorry, Paul Walker's ghost just went by the studio.
Oof.
That one got Paul.
Paul liked that one.
You know what I found out Paul Walker, speaking of creepy behavior? Turned out he really was into teens. Yeah, I know. I don't want to sully his ghost or whatever, but there was an AV Club article about it. Yes, I only read AV Club.
In your words, let's go back to topic.
Yeah, let's roll the clip. Monique honestly doesn't seem super comfortable with the contestants of this show. She doesn't know whether to help them or to chastise them. But throughout the show, she gets more comfortable. But here she is, honestly doing some Oprah-level shit.
How you doing, sister?
Okay.
Now, you like to scream your way through everything. Do you think that's the way to do it?
No.
Does your point ever get across when you're making all of that noise?
No.
Nobody
church
can ever
music.
hear you, can they?
No.
Which makes you just loud. So do you mind if I remove that name tag?
Please.
Thank you, Queen.
That's
I
rain.
literally felt like this weight coming off of my shoulders.
What is your real name, sister?
My name is Fayla Brown.
Vela? That's what we will call you. This goes up in smoke, baby.
She throws her name tag into a fire pit.
That I felt for what
fireplace.
went in the fire. Hopefully, the disappointment from my mother went into the fire.
Wow.
Here's your pledge pin, sister. I hope you hold on to it and enjoy this ride. Okay? Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Take your place.
All right, that's honestly a very heartwarming clip, and it makes you think, oh, they're really going to help these girls for the better. I really did like that naming thing, where it's kind of like the show Chris Abrego, Mark Cronin, them in a way showing penance for even having the naming ceremony on Flavor of Love.
It's just this like religious baptism that she's
doing.
They
play this like church organ music every time that Monique gets
into
a flow.
Christian.
You know, she talks with this like kind of this pace and energy
of a pastor.
Of a pastor, yes, of a preacher, and they add that with music and they add that with the sound effects. Yeah.
So we were talking about her like kind of
who's her?
Monique. Right?
Apostrophe Neek.
Monique. That she's like this maternal figure and that she's like rehabilitating them and like there for them. And it reminded me of Oprah.
Okay.
A few years later, on that Lindsay Lohan show that I was discussing.
What Lindsay Lohan show?
It was so after
we were discussing this in the writers' room over a couple of LaCroix, right?
LaCroix. So Lindsay Lohan was in rehab, and then immediately afterwards, like fifth stint, they had
what? What'd you say?
6th or 5th stint in rehab.
6th or 5th stint. Okay.
Yeah. She did an Oprah
I'm trying to
show.
advance your pronunciation swagger.
Okay. Make another Paul Walker joke. So
it was a good Paul Walker joke. It's been enough time. Okay. His ghost is doing fine. All right. R.I.P. I'm sorry. R.I.P. Paul. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
So we're talking about this. Like, I'm just always interested when in reality TV when they do this kind of like therapeutic thing in front of the camera and it's supposed to be very like sincere.
But it's inherently faux.
And we can. And this is a very dark clip. So do you want to roll?
Yeah, roll the clip.
Okay, it's on.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, so this is Oprah going to Lindsay Lohan's like parents' house in Long Island because Lindsay Lohan has run away from the production of the show. She's gone rogue, basically. So this is Oprah confronting Lindsay in this kind of like maternal fashion.
Yeah, but they're in front of cameras and they've paid Lindsay Lohan what, like $500,000 to appear on Oprah's show?
She got like $2 million.
Wow. Okay.
Change your schedule. You know what happens. You're a professional woman, and it's not just for you. You got a whole team of people who are relying on you right now for this particular experience, for creating this documentary. If you don't want that, then change that. That's what I'm saying. If you don't want it, it's okay.
No, I want it.
You do want it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird to film things that are going on. I'm just not used to it. And I'm learning how to deal with life in a different light than I have before, and in a different way than I have before. And at the end of the day, like, my main objective is, to maintain my sobriety.
Okay.
And that's what...
have you been sober since we last met?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Hello. Let's celebrate that. That's where you are right now.
All right, and then they end that by holding hands, 2 hands together. They kind of like bear claw each other, and then Lindsay Lohan starts crying. And I like that comment where she's like, "I'm not used to this reality life," even though it's ironic.
Her life's a reality show.
No, her sister and her mother had
their
own reality show, Living Lohan. And so she's like, "Well, I've kind of avoided this because my sister and my mom have leached off my fame to the point that they're doing what I've sunk to."
Oh, okay. Anderson Cooper has a really funny clip of him like just shitting on Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan?
No, on Living Lohan.
Oh,
he's like, "Who are these people? What am I doing? Why am I?"
I love when Anderson goes deadpan. It's pretty great. It's always like soup level material.
So back to Charm School. So the reason I brought that up is it's this format of being very sincere on camera and trying to this like if you're actually in therapy,
you're sincere, but redeem a public figure, even though you're the person that actually sunk them so far.
Yeah, but you don't. In reality TV, you have to perform for the camera, but in therapy, you have to really reassess yourself and be on this trajectory of success. So it's kind of these conflicting things that are going on to be entertaining and to make actual progress.
Yeah, and also it's a lot of these contestants actually end up on later VH1 celebrity reality shows. So a lot of these people are still trying out, are still condensing their characters into what they are, what they've been reduced to via editing. And they found out that I've lost it. I need to go clear. I can't string together 2 thoughts. Tom, I thought your performance, Tom Cruise.
Oh God. Talking
to Tom, I loved you in Fallout. Give me a call. I'm interested.
You know what's happening?
I'm interested in doing whatever the hell you're doing.
Joel's sweating out all his Scientology memories right now.
I want to bring them in. I don't have any Scientology memories yet. That's the problem, Daniel.
Maybe a billion years ago, your soul did.
I want to go to L. Ron Hubbard Way, which is an actual street at that Scientology center, and maybe we'll have a reading or 2. Maybe we'll help the podcast. Who knows?
So we're also talking about how much slut shaming there is on the show. That this like kind of like they're breaking them down on this episode too.
Yeah, I mean, It's crazy. I can't believe we watched so much of this. Out of all the shows we've watched, I think I've watched the most episodes out of these charm schools. And they're really mean to these girls.